Hello students and welcome back. This is the part 2 of the sectors of Indian economy. I hope you have enjoyed the part 1 of this. I'll be publishing the part 3 and part 4 after this also. So let's start the part 2. The sum of production in the three sectors gives what is called the dash of a country: net domestic product, gross income of a country, net income of a country, or gross domestic product of a country. Students, again it's an important question. This is called as GDP or gross domestic product. So sum of production in the three sectors gives what is called as the GDP, the gross domestic product. So each sector plays a very important role in the GDP of the country. What is meant by GDP? अभी हमने किया great domestic product, great development project, gross dairy product or gross domestic product. Very easy again. It's called as gross domestic product. Which of the following economic activity does not come under the primary sector of the following? Farming, banking, mining और fishing. So हमने first part में अच्छे से आपको सिखाया था, समझाया था कैसे identify करना है. Farming, mining and fishing are both, all three of them, part of the primary because they are in literally agro or the natural resources. Banking is something which is services. It comes under the tertiary sector. So it is not the part of a primary sector. Which of the following statements is true in respect of public sector? Government owns the assets, big companies own most of the assets, an individual owns most of the assets, or a group of people owns most of the assets. Students, public sector means government owns the assets. It is not owned by any big company or an individual or a group of people. It is owned by the government. So this is very important part. If you refer to the book, sectors in terms of ownership, public and private. So the government owns most of the assets and provides all the services. In the private sector, ownership of assets and delivery of services in the hands of a private individuals or companies. For example, railways and post office is an example of a public sector, whereas companies like Tata and Tisco or Reliance is privately owned. Disguised unemployment means a situation where people are employed but earning less salary. Unemployed for a short period of time but employed but productivity is nil. And students, disguised employment means employed but productivity is nil. GDP stands for gross domestic product. What does it show? It shows what the total product of a country in a given year without counting the country's total resources. No. It shows the total value of trade transactions of a country in a particular year. No. It shows the number of people involved in production in a particular year. No. It shows how big is the economy of a country in a given year in terms of its total output. That's correct. It shows how big is the economy of a country in a given year in terms of its total output. Answer is this one. Which of the following is also known as disguised employment? Underemployment, overemployment, unemployment, or factory employment? Answer is underemployment. Who carries economic activities? Individuals, government, firms, or all of the above? And students, answer for this is very easy again. Individuals, government and firm, all of them carries economic activity. So answer is all of the above. Which of the following activities is not the activity of primary sector? Again very easy, like it will brush you up. Farming is natural, it is primary. Milking again is natural. Making of sugar is not natural, it's manufacturing. So it's secondary. So answer is making of sugar. Next question is fill in the blanks. Not every good or service that is produced and sold needs to be counted. It makes sense only to include the dash to get the total production. Values of goods and services in production? No. Goods and services in three sectors? No. Final goods and services? Yes. That's the correct answer. It only makes sense to include the final goods and services to get the total production. The service sector includes activities such as making sugar, wood and bricks? No. That is manufacturing, that is a secondary sector. Transport, communication, banking, yes, that is a service sector or tertiary sector. Agriculture, dairy, fishing and forestry, that's a primary or agro sector. And none of these. Answer is transport, communication and banking. Which one of the following countries has the largest size of illiterate population in the world? Germany, Japan, France or India? And students, answer for this is, it is India, which has the largest size of illiterate population in the world. When income levels rise, certain sections of people start demanding many more services like more food, hospitals, tourism or defense. And students, answer for this is, they start demanding many more services like tourism. The motive of public sector enterprises is profit making. No, the motive of public sector is not profit making. Entertainment, also no, it is not their motive to be entertaining. Social welfare and security, yes, the motive of public sector enterprises is social welfare and security of the people. As the methods of farming changed and the agriculture sector began to prosper, most of the goods produced were dashed from the primary sector and most people were also employed in this sector. So students, we know primary sector में तो natural या agricultural वाले होते हैं. तो let's see options क्या क्या हैं. Synthetic products from the primary sector, no. Natural products from the primary sector, yes. So this is the correct answer. The most of the goods were produced were natural products from the primary sector and most people were also employed in the sector. Mixed products हो नहीं सकता, involved machines भी नहीं हो सकता. So answer is natural products from the primary sector. Why did the secondary sector later became the most important sector? Because employment increased, agriculture declined, people began to use many more goods that were produced in factories at cheap rates. And students, इसमें A option है employment increased और B option है people began to use many more goods that were produced in factories at cheap rates. Agriculture declined was C option. तो आपने guess कर लिया होगा, इसका आंसर है A and B, यानी कि secondary sector became important because employment बढ़ गई, लोगों को नौकरियां ज़्यादा मिलने लगी and people began to use many more goods that were produced in factories at cheap rates. तो ये दोनों reason हैं जिसके कारण secondary sector became most important sector of all the three sectors, that is primary, secondary and tertiary. And students, this is the last question of the part 2 also. I hope you have enjoyed this video and I wish you all the success and good luck for your exams in life. If you are enjoying my videos, please like my videos and share with your friends and subscribe to my channel. It keeps me motivated. Thank you students for watching this video. I wish you all the success and good luck.